Hello and welcome to the English Listen Lab. Today, we begin the inspiring and slightly unbelievable journey of Leo, a boy who grew up in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by nothing but fields, cows, and the occasional confused chicken. Life was simple until one fateful day when he found an old, dusty book about astronomy. That book changed everything. Let's follow Leo's hilarious and incredible adventure from a small village to the vastness of space.
From cows to cosmos, a boy's journey to the stars.
Chapter 1. The Boy, the Farm, and the Unexpected Discovery. Leo's life was pretty straightforward. Wake up at sunrise, feed the cows, chase a chicken, accidentally step in something questionable. Repeat. He had never even heard of astronomy. The only stars he knew were the ones he could see on clear nights while lying on a haystack. To him, the universe was just a big, twinkling mystery. One day, while exploring an old barn, translation, running away from chores, he stumbled upon a wooden chest buried under piles of straw. Inside, not gold, not treasure, just an old, moldy book titled The Wonders of the Universe. He almost threw it away, but then curiosity kicked in. What was out there, beyond the cows and cornfields? So instead of throwing hay at his little brother that evening, Leo did something unthinkable. He read, and his world changed forever.
Chapter 2. The universe is way bigger than a cornfield.
Leo couldn't believe what he was reading. Black holes? Supernovas? Galaxies billions of light years away? His mind exploded. He ran to tell his parents. "Did you know the sun is actually a star?" His mom raised an eyebrow. "That's nice, dear. Now go milk the cows." His dad grunted. "As long as the sun doesn't stop shining, I don't care." Clearly, his family wasn't as excited as he was, but Leo was hooked. Every night, after finishing his chores, he snuck outside with his book and stared at the sky. He started noticing patterns, constellations, and wondered if maybe, just maybe, he was meant for something bigger than farming. Chapter 3. The Genius Without Internet. Living in the middle of nowhere had one big problem. No internet. No YouTube, no Google, not even a single Wi-Fi signal from a neighbor's house to steal. So, Leo got creative. He borrowed every book he could find from the tiny village library. He made star charts using flour on the barn floor. The cows were not impressed. He even built a makeshift telescope out of old tractor parts and a broken magnifying glass. One night, while observing the sky, he saw something odd. A bright object moving strangely across the heavens. A UFO? No, just a satellite. But in that moment, Leo realized something. People had actually made it into space. If others could do it, why couldn't he? Chapter 4. The crazy idea that no one believed. Leo announced his grand plan at dinner. "I want to study space. I want to be a scientist." His little brother laughed so hard he almost fell off his chair. His father simply shook his head. His mother sighed. "That's nice, dear. Now eat your vegetables." No one took him seriously. How could a farm boy, with no money, no internet, and zero experience become a scientist? It was ridiculous. But Leo didn't care. He knew he was meant for more. He just needed a plan, and possibly a miracle. Chapter 5. A letter that changed everything. One day, while helping deliver milk to the local town, Leo overheard a conversation at the post office. A nearby university was offering a scholarship for students interested in science. No money needed, just brains. Leo nearly dropped the milk. He rushed home and spent every free moment studying. He worked harder than ever, balancing farm chores with equations and space theories. When the time came, he wrote an essay about his love for the universe, his self-taught knowledge, and how he built a telescope out of junk. Weeks passed. Then, one morning, an envelope arrived. Inside, a full scholarship to study astrophysics. Leo had done it. He was finally on his way to the stars. Chapter 6. The Big City Shock. Leo arrived in the city with a suitcase, a dream, and absolutely no idea how crosswalks worked. Almost getting hit by a taxi within 5 minutes was his first lesson in urban survival. His university was huge, bigger than his entire village. There were more books in the library than he had ever seen in his life. And the technology? Mind-blowing. Real telescopes, actual physics labs, and, most importantly, high-speed internet. The first few weeks were tough. He barely understood half of what his professors were saying. Seriously, who knew space science involved so much math? But Leo was stubborn. If he could fix a tractor at 5 years old, he could figure out quantum mechanics. Probably.
Chapter 7. The farm boy becomes a scientist.
Slowly but surely, Leo found his place. He worked harder than anyone, asking endless questions and spending sleepless nights studying. His classmates called him the human telescope because he could recognize constellations faster than Google. One day, during a lecture on space exploration, something clicked. If humans could send satellites into space, why not dream bigger? Why not go beyond? Leo didn't just want to study the universe, he wanted to be part of it. With that, he made a new goal: work on a real space mission. Chapter 8. The Breakthrough Idea.
Leo's big moment came when his professor announced a competition. Design an experiment that could actually be sent into space. Most students focused on complex physics projects.
Leo? He had a wild idea. What if we could grow food in space? His classmates laughed. Dude, you've been on a farm too long. But Leo was serious. If humans were going to live on Mars one day, they'd need food. He proposed an experiment to test plant growth in microgravity using simple, low-cost methods, something even a farm boy could understand. And against all odds, he won. His project was selected for testing on the International Space Station. Chapter 9. The Call That Changed Everything. One day, Leo got an email that made him almost drop his laptop. NASA, yes, actual NASA, wanted to meet him. He thought it was a prank. It wasn't. He flew to the US, where top scientists listened to his ideas. Him, the kid who used to chase chickens. They were impressed by his practical, hands-on knowledge. Soon, he was offered a position in a research program focused on sustainable space farming. Leo was no longer just a student. He was officially part of a space mission. Chapter 10. From Fields to the Final Frontier. Years later, Leo stood in mission control, watching as astronauts on the ISS tested his experiment. The boy who once dreamed under the stars had finally made it to the stars. His small village threw a celebration. His parents, once skeptical, now told everyone, "That's our boy." Even the cows seemed impressed. Or maybe they just wanted food. Leo's journey wasn't about escaping his roots. It was about using them to reach something greater. He had proven that curiosity, determination, and a little bit of farm boy ingenuity could take you anywhere. Thank you for listening to Leo's incredible journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fun English listening practice. See you in the next episode.